Do you want to know a really simple trick that you can use to unlock the fretboard in the next 2 minutes? Okay, if so, keep watching. This is very simple. I call it the blues belt. And it's going to get you playing in 3 different positions without having to think about things, okay? It's so simple, but it's so much fun, okay? Here, have a little listen to this and see if you can work out what I'm doing before I show it you. Okay, it's really simple. Basically what I'm doing is playing a 4-note pattern and moving it around using one simple little idea, okay? And anyone can learn this. It's a really fun way to unlock the fretboard because, as you probably know, when it comes to playing it on the fretboard, there's loads of different things you can do. You can learn pentatonic scales up and down in different positions. And it takes a lot of thinking about. That's just 3 different positions with 1 octave. But the common thing that people are taught is to do 5 pentatonic shapes and 2 octaves. It's a lot to remember, particularly when you're changing key. So I like to get my students to keep it simple and have fun. So this is the blues belt. What we're going to do is play fret 5 and 7 of the low E and the A strings. Okay, you're going to learn this, okay, and play it, move it around, and then I'm going to show you some ideas to jam some fun blues with it. So it's 5-7 with index and ring on the low E and the A string. You can just keep trying that with me over and over. Alright, okay. Then all you're going to do is remember the shape that you're playing. Don't think about the frets too much, just remember the shape. Index, ring, index, ring. Just a 2 fret gap, okay? And where was your starting point? Well, that starting point was the 5th fret of the low E string. So what you're going to do now is move up 2 frets to fret 7 and jump 2 strings, okay, to the D string. And then repeat that pattern, okay? So I call it the octave jump, where you got your starting point, 5th fret of the low E, move up to 7th fret, then move up 2 strings, okay? These 2 notes, the 5th fret of the low E, 7th fret of the D, are octaves. Both A notes, okay? So now we combine the 2 ideas. We combine the shape that we started with, and then we move it to that octave, okay, the 2nd octave, and we play the same shape again. Index, ring. So it's D string and then G string. 2 fret gap again, okay? It's fret 7 and 9, but try to think of it as a shape. And then we do that again for the 3rd step in a moment. So just to recap, we've got 5-7, 5-7 on the low E and A. Okay, and you can play it in reverse. When you go back to your starting point, move up 2 strings and 2 frets and play the same shape again. Okay, and then when you want to do the 3rd octave, you move up 3 frets and 2 strings. So you've gone from fret 7 of the D to fret 10, and then you move to the B string. And you've just got 3 shapes that you can move around the fretboard without having to really think about it. All you got to do is remember 2 things. The pattern that you're playing, the 4-note sequence. Okay? And then you've got to remember your starting points, which are just the octaves. So 5th fret of the low E, 7th fret of the D, 10th fret of the A. And if you want to, you can practice that separate, just jump in between the octaves, the starting point notes. So you can try that with me. Ready? And then you take those starting points and you add in the 4 notes. Okay, and you can do it again, but this time going up and down the scale of 4 notes. You might have to watch this video a few times, but there's a lot of valuable information in there. A lot of my lessons, I teach beginners and frustrated beginners and people who are stuck from how to get to that level to get to the intermediate and beyond level. And this is one of those fun lessons that I think a lot of people will find really useful. If you're, if you struggled in the past or you're struggling now, and you just want to have a bit more fun, this is great for you. If you're already an advanced player, you might find this a bit too simple, and that's okay. But it's good to have little ideas and little tricks in your tool bag, so to speak. Okay, because a lot of people don't know this, even if they've played for a long time. But the idea is that you learn this, okay? If you want to, and I recommend you do it as well, you learn what the notes are, okay? And that's going to help you unlock the actual fretboard knowledge. So if you ever want to read music or you want to play in different keys and stuff like that, it's really, really useful. The key is in the key of E, okay? E minor pentatonic. We're just using 4 notes in this scale, okay? You don't have to know that. We're starting with an A, then we do the B, then we do D, then E. So it's A, B, D, E, okay? A, B, D, E, A, B, D, E. It's just 4 notes repeated. So you can learn that and memorize those if you want. But the key thing here is memorize the little 4 note sequence. Memorize where the octaves are. Okay? And then put it together and you can jam. You can move it around the fretboard as well. So you don't have to just do it in E. You can do it in any key. So you could start off here at the 1st fret and then do exactly the same sequence. So notice the sequence, nothing changes, only the starting point. Everything moves in relation to that, okay? So nothing changes, really cool. So let's go back to the 5th fret where we started. And you can just play a few little licks, like this, 5, 7. All I'm doing there is 5, 7 on the low E, 5, 7 on the A, back to 5 on the A, 7, 5, 7 on the low E. And then you could take it to the next octave. You could play it in different octaves. You could even do a simple one like a triplet little lick, which is just 3 notes on the 5th fret of the low E, 3 notes on the 7th fret, 3 notes on the 5th fret of the A string, and 3 notes on the 7th fret. And then see if you can play that on the other octaves. You can get a bit fancier as well, you don't have to start at that 1st note, the 5th fret of the low E string. You can start off, let's say, the 7th fret of the A string. Okay, there I'm just plucking that 7th fret A string twice. 5th fret of the A, and 7 of the low E, 5 of the low E. And back to 7 of the low E. Then you start off at the next point. I'm chopping the 1st note short with a little bit of a hammer on type thing, adding a bit of feel, but you can just have a load of fun. Put some backing tracks on with this. You can play rhythm, play lead. If you're playing a little bit of a blues shuffle. You can do whatever you want. You can go. If you got a bit more time, little licks like that, but using those 3 little mini shapes, you can have loads of fun. Okay, the wall is your oyster when it comes to this. I like to teach things that are fun, simple, highly practical, and that is just one of those things. And I teach it in my Fretboard Fireworks course. Okay, it's a really cool course that's going to take you through everything you need to know about learning the fretboard. And we use some really unique methods that you don't see. It's not a case of BS things like, oh, here's a way you can learn the fretboard in 24 hours by remembering this note, this note, and this note. And that's really dry and boring. In the Fretboard Fireworks course, I teach you using unique, special little methods, proven by science, proven by my students and my own experience as well. Things like little testing, little bits of fun, actual finger picking pieces of music, blues pieces of music to apply it all to, and something called special sight reading tab, which is a really unique way of learning the fretboard. I've never seen anybody do before. There's multiple methods, okay? There's 5 or 6 different things there that you've probably never seen before that are going to help you learn the fretboard. And I released the course a couple of months ago to my email list. I put it on sale then, but what I realized is I never did it for my YouTube subscribers. Now, I know a lot of you are on my email list, and if you're not, you can go to fingerstart101.com/free to join the email list. And you can get all the updates in the future and everything, because that's the best place. That's the place where I release everything first, okay? But if you want to get the Fretboard Fireworks course, for the next few days, I'll put it on special offer for YouTube subscribers, okay? So you can click the link below this video, okay? Or go to this link here. And basically check out the course, you get a nice hearty discount and you're going to learn loads of fun. That's just one of the ideas in the course. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found it useful. Let us know what you think. And thank you so much for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.